Guys, I am having the worst day ever. Oh my God. As a matter of fact, I'm just having a horrible time. So today is Wednesday. Yeah, today is Wednesday. I got back into the country yesterday, yesterday midnight, Tuesday 12 midnight. Guys, my house smells like an abattoir. My house smells like shit. My apartment, oh God, the stench from my apartment, it could end a life. That is how bad it is. Now, this is what happened. Before I traveled, yeah, I I had reloaded my electricity meter with enough token. When I say enough, I'm talking about 50,000 naira token, which is quite a lot. I've loaded my meter. I had paid for diesel where I live. So the reason for doing that is because my fridge is fully stocked. I have lamb chops. I have packs of chicken wings that I bought to cook. But because I was very busy before I traveled, I did not have the time to cook it. So I just kept it in my freezer. I have pepper soup that I cooked, I've not eaten. I have stew that I cooked, it's there. I have I think half a plate of stew, soup that I cooked, it's in there. I have I have things like pepper I blend. I just have food stuff. I have fried rice. I have a whole crate of egg I bought new. I have what's it called? Dairy products that I use for my parfaits in the mornings. I have yogurt that I like. Guys, my fridge is full. Like there's a lot of food that I put there. And most of the time I stock up my fridge like that, just to have food in the house. So my mind was okay, I'm traveling. I've loaded my meter. Everything is fine. When I come back, I'm good. I don't have to cook. I don't have to do anything else. So I turned off everything in my house, every single thing. The only thing I left on was my fridge. That was the only thing I left on. And if you're thinking, oh, there was probably going to be an electrical problem, no. The fridge has like a surge control, right? A surge controller. So the fridge is plugged to the surge control, and then the surge control is plugged to, of course, the house power supply. So one of the staff where I live, he was the one that came to assist me with my luggage to carry them downstairs. And I even mentioned that, oh, you can carry this one. I'm coming. I just need to ensure that I turn off every other thing, but I have to leave my fridge on. I mentioned all these things. The guy said, oh, okay, ma. I had traveled. This is 2 weeks later on a Sunday, which was just some days ago. Today is Wednesday. Sunday was, like I think 3 days ago. I saw a message on our the properties WhatsApp group, and they said, oh, they needed to renew payment for diesel contribution. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not around, but I'll soon be back. And the way they normally do it is if you do not contribute, they will turn off your meter. So I immediately sent a message to the manager that, oh, see the situation. I contributed for the last one, which people are aware of. So please do not turn off my meter because I have things in my fridge. I don't want the things in my fridge to go bad. Leave my meter on. When I come back, I will pay for this new one. And I said that because I saw the message on Sunday. I knew I was going back to Nigeria on Tuesday. So it was just 2 days in between. So I knew that, yeah, I still had time to go back so that they will not switch off my meter. I sent the message, like 5, 10 minutes later, the guy called me. I saw his missed call and I called almost immediately. I'm like, what's up? Did you see my message? You say, ma, there's a problem. Oh. Your meter has been off. I said, my meter has been off. How? Why? What happened? Why? And he said, oh, I came to work last week. I saw that your meter was off and I asked the electrician. The electrician said that you traveled, so we had to put off your meter. The guy was just explaining. Guys, at that point in time, I was mad. I was mad. because, oh God, I was mad. Like, what are you talking about? I don't understand what you're talking about. Explain yourself. And was explaining that, oh, when he saw my meter was off, he asked them why they put off my meter. And they said, oh, because I traveled. That was why they put off my meter. And I'm like, I don't understand what people are talking about. First of all, is this supposed to be people doing me a favor by putting off my meter? If you wanted to do me a favor, didn't you think you should call me and ask me, oh, ma, should we put off your meter? Because I had mentioned this before, that nobody should touch my meter. I always pay my light bills. Always pay my light bills. So I've always said, nobody should touch my meter for any reason. So long as I do not, and I've never defaulted in paying for my light, nobody. And I do not share meter with anybody. My meter is for me, my apartment alone, not for anybody else. So what exactly are you people talking about? Guys, at this point, see, I was just going crazy. Anyways, from Sunday till Tuesday that I returned back to the country, I'd been in panic mode because for me, the first thing in my mind was that house would be smelling rotten. That house will be smelling. I will not be able to live in that house for the next few days when I get back to Nigeria. And my suspicions were right because I got back into the country exactly midnight, 12 midnight Tuesday. Yeah. Tuesday stroke Wednesday. I saw the electrician downstairs he knelt down, he prostrated, he was apologizing. I said, no, before you begin to apologize, didn't you think you should come? He said he did not even think. I said, no, but this is common sense. I live here. I'm a resident here. When I go to the market, when I go grocery shopping, sometimes you people assist me. Sometimes, oh, madam, welcome. Should we help you? You see that I buy things. Where do you think I put all those things? Do you think I swallow them? I put them inside my nose? Or where do you think I store all the things that I buy? When I buy packs of water, people help me to carry the water. Where do you think I put those things? And guys, these people have assisted me in carrying things before. So you've seen inside my apartment, you know I have a fridge. So what were you thinking? I don't understand. What were you thinking? That you were doing me a favor by turning off my... It does not make sense. So I told the guy, no, just follow me upstairs. Let's go and see the situation of things. And lo and behold, right from my door, I'd not even opened the door. The stench from inside the house alone, I knew it was a disaster. By the time we opened the door, ladies and gentlemen, the whole house. And here's the thing. I have OCD. Hence the reason my apartment is always clean. My apartment is white. My furnitures are white. Everything is white. My apartment is always clean. I have OCD, yeah. So I can't stand smells. I can't stand dust. So I always ensure that my house is well ventilated. My house smells really good because it affects my breathing. So everything has to smell good. Everything has to be clean. I'm allergic to dust. I'm allergic to smells, bad smells. So all of these things, I always ensure that I cater to all of these things so that I do not fall sick. So the moment I entered that house, it was as if I was going to faint. The smell, I have never ever perceived that kind of stench before in my apartment because I never ever allow things to go that bad. Never. Ladies and gentlemen, by the time I opened my fridge, because the fridge was closed, of course. And guess what? After I spoke to the manager on Sunday, they had run to go and turn on the fridge and turn on my meter. So everything in the freezer was frozen again. But guess what? It was already rotten. Ladies and gentlemen, there were maggots in my freezer. All the meats, lamb chops, chicken, everything, rishi, they are all bad. They are rotting. The blood had turned black. Maggots everywhere. And then I opened the down part of the fridge. The fried rice I cooked spoiled, the eggs spoiled. I put watermelon that I sliced in the fridge. Everything is bad. Everything. Currently having a headache. I'm having a headache. I'm sorry, this video is looking upside down or somehow. I do not have my tripod here. I'm currently in a hotel because the smell was so horrible that I had to. I couldn't sleep in that house. Of course, there was no way I was gonna sleep in that house, otherwise I would have died in my sleep. So I had to. I had begged the Uber guy that brought me back home to wait. Thank God he waited, and so I told him to just take me to a hotel. He brought me to this hotel. I paid, and guys, a lot of things are just. I've actually been crying since last night. I've been crying all day today. The time is currently 1:52 p.m. I've been crying because it's just a disaster. My whole house is smelling. My bed is smelling. My curtains, because they switched off my meter for 2 weeks, if not 2 weeks plus. So because I closed all the doors, the curtains, everything, all the windows, so the smell had congealed inside the apartment. So everything is smelling. In my studio, I have like two clothing racks where I put my work clothes, the shirts I wear to film my videos. I have two clothing racks for them. Those clothes are smelling. I have to launder them. Yeah. I have to launder them. Everything. So I had to pay for 2 nights in a hotel. I paid for last night, woke up this morning very early. I went back to the apartment at around 10 o'clock. I went to check the situation of things because last night I had opened all the windows, even opened my slide doors for the smell to go out. But by the time I went back this morning, because the fridge was still inside the living room, inside the house, the smell was still strong. It did not even make any difference that I opened the window. It did not make any difference. So I had gone back to Jesus. Yeah, the place still smells. So guys, I've just been really upset. I don't even know. I paid for 2 nights, 80,000 naira each. That's 160,000. I had to I had to contact a professional cleaning service, and they charged me 150,000 naira. I had to beg, 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 100,000. They refused, and then they accepted. And then I mentioned that, oh, my bed is smelling. The rugs in my apartment, I have like 3 rugs, but they have to wash 2. The rugs are smelling. They have to wash the rugs. There's so many things they have to clean. They say, oh, that's called upholstery cleaning. So they are charging extra 20,000. That's 120,000. They are charging in total to clean the whole place. 160,000 naira plus 120,000 naira. How much is that? Yeah. I'm not even talking about all my food stuff in the freezer and the fridge that is rotten, that is condemned. Who's going to pay for those damages? So here's what I did. Of course, I've been shouting. Of course, I've reported to my landlord. Of course, I've been raking and raving like I've been pissed like hell, you know. So the facility management had asked me what I wanted them to do about it. I told them, well, they have to pay for the cleaning because I'm not going to pay for the hotel accommodation, though I've paid for 2 nights, but I suspect I might be staying here a third night because the cleaning people could not come today because I called them around like almost 12 o'clock. So they said they're coming tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. They're coming tomorrow. So they said they're going to spend about 7 hours cleaning. I don't know when they're going to get to my place. I don't know when they're going to get to my place. I don't know when they're going to finish. 7 hours might turn into 10 hours. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep on the bed when they are done because they have to vacuum the bed and clean, clean, clean. So I don't know if the bed is going to be wet. I don't know. So I suspect I might have to spend a third night in this hotel. So I told the management that they have to pay for the cleaning. I'm nice. I'm kind. I've always been very nice, kind, and generous to the staff in the facility where I live. I assist them when they have issues. Oh, madam, please help me this, help me that. I assist. But they need to take accountability. the person that did this one has to take accountability, because I can't bear the brunt of all of this madness, all of this disaster. Yes, there's the angle of, oh, they were probably trying to do me a favor because I've been nice to them. So they were probably trying to do me a favor by assisting me to, conserve energy, by switching off my meter. That could be understood, but I cannot understand the part where they did not use common sense to reason that somebody traveling, or some, let's even think from the beginning that this person is a resident here. The person has a fridge. The person normally cooks. They know. They see how I buy groceries. They know I have a fridge. Common sense should have applied that this person has a fridge, and if you turn off the meter, it means you're turning off the fridge. So everything is going to go bad in that fridge. That is common sense. Why did they not use common sense? So I should come and prove now that, oh, I'm a nice person by saying, okay, don't worry, forget about it. No, I'm not gonna bear the brunt of everything. Anyways, I'll keep you guys updated. I'm really sad and frustrated because I just had the best vacation ever. Of all the trips I have taken in the past 5 years or 4 years, this is the best trip I've ever had. This is the best vacation I have ever had. And all I wanted to do was to just come back home, shower, sleep, rest, wake up the next day, start editing my vlogs, attend to everything else I did not attend to, call my mom, speak to my mom, attend to my life, start working, start doing what I used to do before I traveled. But ever since I stepped back into this country since last night, it's been a disaster. I'm so angry. I'm so mad. Yesterday I did not eat. When I travel, I find it difficult to eat. So I did not eat. So my mind was to come back home to come and eat what I had in my fridge. So now I don't have anything in my fridge. So I'm talking right now the way I'm talking because I'm very weak. I've not eaten yesterday. I've not eaten today. The time currently is 1:59 p.m. I haven't eaten. I am weak. I'm stressed out. I'm drained. I'm drained. I don't know what to do. I'm tired. I don't know when you guys are going to see this video. I don't know. I'll keep you updated. Let you know what's happening. All right. Yeah.